This is Top 30.
Double check your salad because there's a major recall on vegetables sold in popular stores like Walmart and Trader Joe's. Man Packing issued the recall because the veggies could have been contaminated by listeria, a bacteria which can be deadly for the elderly and children. Some of the items include broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and Brussels sprouts. The vegetables were sold at various stores including Walmart, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Safeway, and Albertsons. Most of the products have a Best Buy date of October 11th through October 20th. So if you have any of these items, you can return it to the store for a full refund. For more information on exactly which products are part of this recall, you can go to the Top 30 Facebook page.
US home sales are down because prices are up. Just over 5.3 million existing homes were sold in September, but compared to 2016, sales are down overall. That is because the supply of houses is not keeping up with demand. There were more than 6% fewer homes on the market compared to a year ago. In that time, prices have gone up more than 4%. The median home price is now just over $245,000. Mortgage rates are also on the rise, keeping more Americans out of the housing market. The chief economist of the National Association of Realtors said, as long as we have a housing shortage, this will lead to affordability issues. The Wall Street Journal reports the shortage of homes could last into 2018. That is because of the recent wave of hurricanes. More construction workers occupied with rebuilding efforts could mean fewer are available to build houses. On the bright side, it is a great time if you're looking to sell.
These are your quick hits. President Trump confirmed he will release classified documents this week on the assassination of JFK, barring the receipt of further information. Intelligence agencies have pressured him to block at least some of the docs, citing national security issues. The Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Earl Watson just 3 games into the season, 2 of which they lost by more than 40 points. Ouch. His firing came just 1 hour after Suns starter Eric Bledsoe tweeted, "I don't want to be here." And Justin Bieber showed off a new tattoo piece this weekend, filling his chest with a black and white design, and believers are losing their minds over it. His tattoo artist said it took over 26 hours and 3 consecutive days to complete, telling Bieber, "You're tough as nails, man."
The Environmental Protection Agency is drawing criticism for how it's handling hazardous chemicals and climate change. 3 scientists from the agency were scheduled to speak at a scientific conference in Rhode Island this week. The Washington Post reports their talk would have focused on climate change if the EPA hadn't cancelled it. The announcement came days after the EPA removed dozens of online resources for climate change from its website. The New York Times reports that scientists within the agency are also concerned about a move to deregulate the use of a chemical once found in carpets and non-stick pans called PFOA. It has been linked to birth defects, kidney cancer, and other health problems. That could be part of the reason EPA Chief Scott Pruitt is receiving an around-the-clock security detail, the first in the history of the agency. CNN reports Pruitt has received more threats than any of his predecessors. Pruitt is famous for denying man-made climate change. The fact that the head of the Environmental Protection Agency is famous for denying climate change is still a sentence it's hard to get your head around. It appears body cams are not making a difference in how often police allegedly use excessive force. According to a study out of Washington, D.C., despite 2,600 of their officers wearing the cameras on collars or shirts, the percentage of incidents reported didn't really fluctuate or drop. Chief of Police Peter Newsham says, "I think we're surprised by the result. There was no indication that the cameras changed behavior at all." While videos of cops behaving badly are often splashed on headline news, Newsham says he'd like to think it's because his officers were doing the right thing in the first place. Technologist Harlan Yu says the study is the most important to date, adding, "If cameras don't decrease use of force, don't decrease the number of misconduct complaints, and don't change officer behavior, then what are we adopting cameras for?" The answer to that is because there are plenty of examples where what they have shot has been used in evidence.
Russia accused the United States of trying to exclude them from the upcoming Winter Olympics. According to ESPN, this came after Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed the International Olympics Committee was pressured by U.S. governing bodies to force Russian athletes to compete as neutrals or be barred entirely. After a 2014 state-sponsored doping scandal involving their athletes, the Russian Federation has been barred, forcing athletes cleared of doping charges to compete under a neutral flag. Speaking on television, Putin said the IOC would bend to the will of the U.S. because they depend on their financial donations. 37 national drug testing agencies, including the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, have called for Russia to be banned from the Winter Olympics, which begin on February 9th in Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with your friend of mine, Nicole Petalides. Nicole, I'm hearing some big news for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's right, Richard. Well, there's cell service that's being turned on in Puerto Rico thanks to a network of balloons. AT&T and Alphabet announcing that they have begun to offer limited mobile internet service using Google parent company's Project Loon balloons. It's the second time Project Loon has been activated to assist with an emergency, and the first time Loon has been used in the United States. And Target is getting ready to take on its rivals, Amazon and Walmart, ahead of the holidays with a couple of sweet deals. The company announcing that it would start free shipping starting in November, and most of its holiday gifts will be priced under $15. Its holiday assortment is pretty extensive, including more than 1,400 toys, which include items from the popular Netflix show Stranger Things and the next Star Wars installment. And Subway is trying to come up with a solution for a plunge in its sales, which have fallen in each of the past 2 years. The world's largest restaurant chain has 46,000 locations around the globe, topping McDonald's and its 37,000 stores.
Nicole, tell me, what exactly are they looking to do?
Well, Richard, management wants to update the chain with things like investing in technology, rolling out a customer loyalty program, but the company's ownership would rather see Subway buy or develop sub-brands to better battle the upstart rivals such as Jersey Mike's. That's according to the New York Post.
Rihanna has a new crown to wear because Billboard announced that Bayesian Beauty is the top-ranking artist on the pop song chart's 25-year history, which started in 1992. According to Billboard magazine, the Fenty makeup founder can say cheers to that thanks to 30 top 10s on the pop song's airplay chart. The ranking is determined by a song's overall radio performance, aka how many radio plays a song gets each week, according to Nielsen Music. The Umbrella singer has piled up enough hits over the years to reign over iconic pop stars like Pink, Maroon 5, Katy Perry, and Justin Timberlake, who, by the way, round out the top 5. Maroon 5 is the top-ranking group on the list, while the sexy back singer JT is the top male artist. So congrats, Rihanna. Our only tip is please don't stop the music.
Tulane University in New Orleans is offering a tuition-free semester for students who are attending college in Puerto Rico. Detailed in a blog post on the Tulane website, the university will allow any student affected by Hurricane Maria to attend the spring 2018 semester. Tulane will not charge for tuition, requiring only that the home institution's spring tuition is paid. Jeff Sheffman, Director of Admission at Tulane, wrote, "After Katrina, universities and colleges around the world took in our students with open arms. It's now our turn to pay it forward and assist students in need." The program is also open to students in the US Virgin Islands and St. Martin who've been displaced by the storms as well. It is a great gesture demonstrated by one area devastated by a hurricane to another.
A lot of moms look good for their age, but not all of them turn heads quite like this. Puspa Dewey is a 50-year-old YouTube star whose appearance is so youthful, she gets confused for being her son's girlfriend on the regular. And when you look at her photos, you can see why. Puspa has a massive social media following and is dedicated to helping other people achieve her youthful appearance with healthy living. Puspa told Datik, "People say that the older I get, the younger I look, which I think is true because I am happier now. The children are all grown up and I get to run a business I love. I guess I am just radiating happiness." There's no wonder her Instagram went viral. Puspa is a 50-year-old babe proving age really is just a number.
Amazon has announced its largest wind farm project to date is operational. Located in Snyder, Texas, the facility has over 100 turbines, each of which stands 300 feet tall and has a wingspan the length of 2 Boeing 787s. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos christened the new wind farm by smashing a bottle of champagne on top of one of the turbines. It's expected to generate 1 million megawatt hours of clean energy each year. That's enough to power 300,000 homes. Cara Hurst, Amazon's worldwide director of sustainability, said in a statement, investing in renewable energy is a win-win-win. It's right for our customers, our communities, our business, and our planet. And Amazon isn't letting up anytime soon. It currently has 18 renewable energy projects in the US, with plans to build 35 more. I'm all for wind farms, but not for wasting champagne.
In today's hometown stories from Fox 29 Philadelphia, Keyshawn Johnson was raised without her father. So when Keyshawn studied abroad, her host family was her first experience living with a healthy father-daughter relationship. The experience changed her, so she decided to speak with 100 women about their relationships with their fathers. The project is called 100 Other Halves, and so far, Keyshawn has met with 58 women. The sharing of stories, both good and bad, empowers women by demonstrating no one is alone in their experience. Our next story from Fox 7 Austin. Employees of the grocery chain H-E-B handed out flowers to local Meals on Wheels volunteers in effort to pedal it forward. The goal of the campaign was to show appreciation by giving volunteers not one, but 2 bouquets. The first bouquet for them, and the second to pedal it forward to a friend, coworker, or even a stranger who could benefit from the gesture. 7,000 bouquets were passed out in Central Texas, giving to those who are usually the givers. For our final story from Fox 13 Tampa Bay, dressed as Captain America, 5-year-old Waylon Newton rides with other superheroes known as the Two-Wheel Heroes, raising money for children's charities. So when his custom bike was stolen, he was devastated. When his mom told the other Two-Wheel Heroes, they took to Facebook, asking for donations to buy a new bike. Proving not all heroes wear capes, a stranger offered to pay for the $500 electric bike. A wonderful surprise for a boy who understands the gift of giving.
The 3 largest soft drink manufacturers in the country are facing lawsuits over how they market diet sodas. 3 separate federal lawsuits accuse Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Dr. Pepper Snapple Group of misleading customers into thinking diet drinks will help them lose or manage weight. The plaintiffs claim the word diet could make people think the drinks are a weight loss aid. The lawsuit centers on the use of a reduced calorie sweetener called aspartame, which has been tested for years. The beverage company points to tests that show it is safe and lowers calories, while the plaintiffs are citing other studies which claim aspartame could actually lead to weight gain. The lawsuits want the companies to stop using the word diet, but aren't asking for a specific dollar amount. The soda companies have called the lawsuits meritless and say that they stand by their products.
Nobody likes rush hour traffic. Well, except for one guy, a 74-year-old man in Utah who's walking the streets desperate to find a kidney for his wife. Wayne Winters has been married to his wife, Deanne, for 26 years. Deanne has stage 5 kidney failure and is suffering through the rigors of dialysis. Hating to see his love in such pain, Wayne put on his newest suit, his shiniest dress shoes, and his homemade sign that reads, "Need a kidney for wife." Then he started walking up and down the streets for hours every day, hoping a car will stop and it'll be the miracle he needs. Wayne told Fox 26 in Georgia, "After I get a kidney, I will have my wife back, the way she was normally, helping people, loving people." A valiant effort that this loving husband considers his life's mission. For more information on how to help Wayne, go to our Top 30 Facebook page.
Scientists discovered a 31-mile cave on the moon that they believe could be big enough to house a human colony there one day. Japanese scientists discovered the crater and believe it was formed by subterranean lava 3.5 billion years ago. The crater could one day serve as a shield for elements on the moon, such as intense radiation, micrometeorites, and temperature swings that can range from about 200 degrees during the day to negative 300 degrees at night. NASA has actually been using orbiters to learn more about the lava-created caves on the moon. Earlier this month, Vice President Mike Pence told a space council the government wants to land on the moon and establish a more permanent presence there.
Did you know there's a veggie burger that bleeds? It's a California startup called Beyond Meat, and Leonardo DiCaprio has just invested. The plant-based patty claims to cook just like a real meat burger and is described as the future of protein, packing 20 grams per serving. The burger looks so much like meat that it's actually sold in the meat section at more than 3,000 grocery stores nationwide. DiCaprio said in a statement, livestock production is a major contributor to carbon emissions, and added that the company's ability to create healthy meat derived from plants is an easy way for consumers to take action on climate change. Beyond Meat CEO Ethan Brown said, "Leo is serious about climate change. He's a really good ally for us." Since DiCaprio's nonprofit was established in 1998, they had donated $80 million to environmental causes. Catfishing often results in a broken heart when someone learns the person they thought they were falling for is actually a fake. And Emma Perrier's story is no different, except that it is different. At 33 years old, Emma, a French woman living in London, put herself on the dating app Zoosk and was excited when she matched with a young, handsome electrician named Ronaldo. They messaged back and forth for 6 months, and when his excuses ran out as to why they couldn't meet or even FaceTime, she discovered his true identity, although he continued to deny it. Ronaldo was actually Alan Stanley, a balding 53-year-old divorcee, and the guy she thought she'd been falling for was a Turkish model named Adam Güzel. Well, despite his lies, Emma agreed to meet with Alan in person so he could apologize to her face. But she also sent Adam a Facebook message to warn him that somebody was using his photos to lure in young women. Well, Adam found her note endearing, and soon he and Emma were exchanging messages and even chatting on FaceTime. A year and a half after Emma had been catfished, she picked up the real Adam at the airport, and the chemistry was undeniable. The two have been living together in London for the past 6 months, proving that catfish aren't the only fish in the sea.
The Food and Drug Administration is studying what impact flavored cigarettes have on smoking. FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb said that flavors in tobacco products have the potential to do both harm and good. The agency is considering a ban on menthol and other flavors in tobacco products. Gottlieb says that the agency wants to determine how big a role flavors have in hooking young smokers. One study at Stanford University found that over 400 tobacco brands in the US sell tobacco products that taste like alcoholic beverages and are especially attractive to teens. But the FDA chief isn't yet sure that a ban is the solution. He said, "We also need to know whether certain flavors may help adult cigarette smokers switch to potentially less harmful forms of nicotine delivery." The FDA says they'll make their final decision on the flavor ban based on how it will affect public health. According to local reports, cases and cases of Spam are being stolen from drug and grocery store chains in Hawaii to be sold on the black market. In the same way, razors, baby formula and sleeping pills get locked up in a plastic case when you go to buy them, some businesses on the island are now locking up Spam. While on the mainland, many might think it preposterous that anyone would want to steal Spam. It has been a staple in Hawaii since World War II, with residents consuming 5 million tons of it a year. You could not have it under lock and key. You could leave it on a table in front of me, you could put it in my mouth, and I still wouldn't eat it.
It's fall and the hottest new kicks are coming out, including something fun from LeBron James and the latest from the Jordan brand. The Cleveland Cavaliers small forward is debuting the Nike LeBron 15th Ghost, and at $185, they're as hot as they are expensive. Rihanna's Fenty by Puma line has something new for fashionistas with the cleated Creeper Pack. Adidas is debuting a new sneaker boot, the AF 1.3 and 1.4 boot series, reminiscent of boxing shoes with the ultra-thick soles that are super popular right now. And look out for Nike's latest, the KD10 in dark gray and reflective silver, as well as the Kyrie 3 and Paul George's first signature shoe for the brand, the Nike PG1. And finally, the Jordan brand is back to make you salivate over the Air Jordan 16 CEO, but at $250 a pair, they're pretty pricey. The brand's Air Jordan 32 CEO will be more widely available and slightly cheaper.
That is it for today's Top 30. Here are some stories coming up that are worth knowing about. Halloween is coming, and several costumes like this one of Anne Frank are under fire for being offensive. Some cities are getting an upgrade that may make them safer for pedestrians. It's a smart crosswalk. And one young woman with special needs has always wanted to be a model like her brother, so he threw her a birthday party she won't forget. These stories and more coming up on the next Top 30.